Good morning, Cobb County. My name is Amy Reed. I'm the curator at the Marietta Museum of History. And today I am out and about, and I am going to be traveling along an adventure today, and I'd love for you to join me. Yesterday on Easter was the 158th anniversary of the Great Locomotive Chase, and this was a really cool event that happened during the Civil War, April 12th, 1862. And it took place in our county. It started in Marietta, but today I am starting my adventure following this chase here in Kennesaw. And I'll get to that in just a second. But this event, this chase, was a really significant event in our Civil War history in Cobb County and the state, and really just Civil War general history. It was really pretty fantastic, and the story has really held up over the years because of all the unique twists and turns that you find in it. And even Hollywood loved it. Walt Disney made a film in the late 50s with Fess Parker. We talked about that a little bit earlier on in our postings this week. And so what I thought I'd do today to commemorate the event and to get out a little bit, since you guys can't get out and I am not quarantined from work, I thought that I would get out for you and hit up some of these spots. I don't know that I'll be able to make all the spots because we had some storms last night that were in some of the areas that the chase happened. So we'll see how far I can get, if I can stop in all the places or not. May have some downed trees and whatnot. But basically I'm going to go up the railroad, the W&A, the Western Atlantic Railroad. That's what it was called when it was originally built back in the 1840s. It's still the same line that CSX Railroad uses now. And so I'm going to follow that line as closely as I can, using some old roads and new roads, and see what I can find, that different spots along the chase that commemorate this event. So right now I am in Kennesaw. And if you look across the street over there, if you can see, that is the Southern Museum of Civil War and Locomotive History. It's a fabulous museum, which is closed right now, but once it opens up, I highly encourage all of you guys to visit it if you can, because it houses the General, the train that was stolen on the chase, that were actually Andrew's Raiders. The whole chase was about the General. It was stolen, and then the original crew who it was stolen from, that chased them all the way up almost to Chattanooga. So the actual locomotive, the General, is in this museum, the Southern Museum of Locomotive, Civil War and Locomotive History, and you can see that. So that's pretty cool. We can't go in today, but what we can do is look around. The city of Kennesaw has done something pretty fantastic. When the chase occurred, this town was called Big Shanty. And so the train stopped just about here where I am, not far from this area here, for breakfast at a place called the Lacey House. The Lacey House was a kind of a little bed and breakfast, if you will. And people stopped along the train route to get off for 20 minutes for breakfast before heading back up the tracks towards Chattanooga. What Kennesaw has done to commemorate this event is made this really cool little history path. And as you go along down the path, you kind of see they have interpretive panels and of different parts of the chase. Oh, it looks like I've ended. I'm starting at the end, but I guess you start and work your way up instead of start at the top and work your way down. But it's also accented with these beautiful paintings by Wilbur Kurtz. He's one of my favorite people in our local Atlanta history. He was a historian and an artist, and has left us with some beautiful renditions of historic events through our Atlanta area history, Civil War, and the Great Locomotive Chase as well. And so you can go along and really take your time exploring this area, learning all about different aspects of the chase. Talk about the General, the train itself, a little bit of history of the locomotive, which, as I said, is on display in the museum across there. Kingston, we're going to see if we can stop there and find that. All right, Yona, Etowah Station. It's a really beautiful terraced area. You can come picnic. The General at Alatoona Pass. I'm gonna go up to Alatoona Pass today, so that's gonna be fun. And then you get to go, kids love this, next to this beautiful relief of the General in the wall there, go under the railroad. So we're gonna go through the tunnel here now. All right, going through the tunnel. And for those of you out there like me who grew up in Kennesaw, the General is a very common term or name for things around here, but a lot of people might not know why we're the Kennesaw Generals. We have the Kennesaw Generals baseball teams. We have, when I was growing up, Kennesaw Generals football team. We had the Little Generals Cloggers back in the day. So a lot of things around here, and people think, oh, we're named after an actual military general, but we're not. It's the train. So when you come out here, you still got more of these beautiful panels. As you see here, this one I do love to point out because, hey, look, it's us. Look, Mom, it's the Marietta Museum of History. And it points out our role in the chase. In Marietta, of course, we do like to say that the chase started there because at our building, the Kennesaw House, is where the Raiders spent the night before they boarded the General in Marietta and rode it up to Big Shanty. When they got here to Big Shanty, as I said, everyone got off for breakfast, and that's when the Raiders stole the train. They took off north, and of course Captain Fuller, who was the captain of the Locomotive, realized his train was taken off without him and pursued on foot. He went all the way on foot for a while until he got to a place called Moon Station. And I'm going to drive up the road a little bit to show you what Moon Station looks like now. But Big Shanty also has one of these fabulous push cars here, pole cart, whatever you want to call it. Basically, this is a version of at Moon Station when we get up there. Remember this? That's what they jump on to start the chase so that they're not running the whole time. They're riding up the rails, pushing it along with a pole. I will mention that we have one of these in Marietta as well, and ours has a pole with it. So, you know, if you want to be super accurate, you can go up to Marietta or down from here. But yeah, so this is where the chase, I guess, officially started because this is where the train was stolen. As I go along, I may be pulling some information from this book, Stealing the General by Russ Bonds. It's a fabulous book. I've got all these lovely tabs in here. Really well written and a lot of good details. Way more than I'm going to give you today. This is really more of a chance to get out and show you some of the spots where you can go to further explore the story on your own. So I highly suggest you read up on it before you go. And yeah, let's see, it's a pretty shot from, there's a museum right there. Really great spot. You can even park right here and then come down the stairs and start your adventure. All right, so I'm going to post this, and I'll see you at the next stop. Bye.